Hi and welcome. This is MetCon 5.0. It's our week 2. We're going to work on easy contractions. It's a slower tempo. Let me run through our supplies with you and we'll go ahead and get started. So my name is Diana. I'm so excited that you're here with me today. We're going to be using, it's a shorter needs list today. We're going to use our medium weight dumbbells. Now this is week 2 of our progression. And so my weights are going to be my 10s. I'm kind of choosing to go medium light, okay? But this might be a 15 for you. This might even be a 5-pound weight for you. I want you to pick something that's kind of on the medium light scale, okay? In addition to that, we're going to use a surface that's somewhere between about 8 and 24 inches off of our ground level. For me, I'm going to use my 24-inch plyo box, but you might use a bench at a gym. You might use a step or an edge in your house. We want this to be something sturdy that's not going to move around with us, okay? As always, we want some water. And at the end, when we're doing our cool down today, we will use our mat beneath us. And we'll use our mat a couple of different times throughout the circuit. So if you can lay out your yoga mat or some kind of a supportive surface for beneath you, okay? So let me run through that needs list again. We always need water. We're gonna use a medium, maybe medium light set of dumbbells. We're going to use a step edge that's something about 12 to 24 inches in height. And we're going to use our mat or our surface beneath us that's supportive for our floor work, okay? Let's go ahead and get started with our warm-up, which we'll run through one time, about 5 to 10 repetitions of each. From there, we're gonna move into 2 MetCon circuits. One is gonna be timed reps of 30 seconds. The second is going to be rep-based, 10 reps each, and then we'll round it out today with our cool down. For our warm-up today, we're going to start with our chest opener. Reach your arms out wide. We're going to take one arm across our chest, hook our other elbow under and pull it in. You should feel that stretch across the back side of that lengthened arm and shoulder. Go ahead and open, cross it, and hook. Open, cross it, and hook. That's our second side for 2. And 3. We'll take 2 more of these. 4 and 4. 5 and 5. Excellent work there. Release your arms down. Next, we're going to take this super wide stance, all right? We're going to bring our arms up like we're going to protect our face in a boxing match, and we're going to rotate almost like a side lunge, and we're going to take a jab, punch out to the side. Go ahead and take 10 of those. We're warming up the core with this rotation movement. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Release. Next, we're going to work our butt kickers. This is a quad lengthener, so we want to keep our knees pointing down, and we're just going to alternate stepping from one foot to the other, drawing your heel high behind your hip. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Last, we're going to take a hamstring kick out. This is a little bit different than we've done in the past. So we're going to bring our knee to our chest. We're going to bring our hands behind it, and we're going to push our foot out long, bring the heel back in, and set it down. Second side, lift it up, hands behind the knee, kick it out, bend it, and set it down. Let's continue. First side, kick, bend, and set. Second side, kick, bend, and set. Here's 3, kick, bend and set. 3, kick, bend and set. 4, kick, bend and set. 4, kick, bend and set. Last one. 5, bend and set. Lift, kick, bend and set. Awesome. I hope that helped your whole body feel warmed up today. Let me run through our first circuit with you and we'll go ahead and get started. First circuit of MetCon is going to be 30 seconds at each exercise. Our first exercise is our full release push-ups. We're going to remove our hands from the floor at the bottom and then push down into them to elevate us. Let me show you a couple variations of that today. So we'll take our palms down. We'll send our toes back. We're gonna rock forward and lower all the way down. We're gonna tighten our core and we're gonna push all the way back up to the top. That's one variation. The other variation is we're gonna lower from our toes, release our hands, and then press up from our knees and return to our toes. Our last variation is that we keep our knees down and we perform the push-up completely from the knees, okay? So 30 seconds there. Please take your time. So maybe some of us are gonna do 5 reps in the 30 seconds. Some of us are gonna do 12. That doesn't matter. You're just doing push-ups the whole 30 seconds. Number 2, we're gonna use our wall space and we're gonna drop down into our wall sit and we're gonna hold that 30 seconds. Some of us might wanna try a leg extension. We got warmed up for that a moment ago. If you'd like, you're gonna squeeze your inner thighs together and you're gonna try kicking your lower leg straight out at that knee crease. And you can perform that or just hold the wall sit, whichever is more comfortable for you. Our last exercise is our all fours renegade row. So we're gonna grab our medium dumbbells. We're gonna square up our body and we're gonna alternate our row for 30 seconds, side to side. Of course, if you need a little bit more today, we'll go ahead and extend our body up into full plank and we'll go ahead and row that side to side, completely up to you, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with our MetCon. Once again, 30 seconds at each exercise. I will call that timing out for you. We're gonna start with our push-ups. Palms down. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Three, 2, 1, release. Move to your wall. Slide down right to 90 degrees. And we're gonna take our leg extensions or our wall set. Three, 2, 1, release, press up to stand, grab your medium weights, move to all fours or high plank, and we're rowing side to side. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make some space for yourself. Back to push-ups. Three, 2, 1. Up to our wall. Drop in and hold, or kick alternating legs. And release. Back down to all fours or high plank for our renegades. Side to side. Three, two, one. Make some space and push-ups. Release the hands. Three, two, one. We're up and over to our wall for our wall sit. Hold it or take those leg extensions. Three, two, one. Press it up. Back down to the mat. We're taking our renegade rows. Squeeze those shoulder blades at the top. Three, two, one. Back to push-ups. Here's our 2-minute warning. And release, press up, back to your wall. Take your seat. Hold it, tight core. Three, two, one. Press up, back to renegade rows. All fours or your high plank. Three, two, one. Back to push-ups. Five, four, three, two, one. Release back to your wall. It's our last time on our wall. We're taking our seat or our leg extension. Three, two, one. Go ahead and release. Last movement in this MetCon Back to all fours or high plank. Take your renegades side to side. And release down. Beautiful work. That completes MetCon 1. Let's grab a sip of water, take a quick rest as we learn about our circuit that's to come. All right. Our MetCon 2 is 10 repetitions at each exercise. Our first exercise is our dumbbell hip hinge. So we're gonna bring that medium dumbbell set in front of the hips. Most of us are gonna put a micro bend in the knees, and then we're gonna hinge at the hips, sending the butt back, and then pulling tall by driving the hip forward. Notice how when I come up to the top, my glutes are tight, but my core is tight, which stops me from going into a back extension, okay? So I'm coming up, my glutes drive forward, but my core is so tight, it stops me right there before I hinge again, okay? We'll take 10 repetitions of the hinge. Then we're gonna take that same dumbbell set and bring them up to our shoulders. And we're just gonna use just a slight bend in the knees to accelerate a 10 rep shoulder press overhead. We'll set those completely aside. And our last exercise is the Bulgarian split squat. So we're gonna hook the top of our foot or our shoe onto our 12 to 24-inch surface. And then we're going to position the bottom leg out about 2 feet. And we're gonna bend both knees towards the floor and then press up tall into our full hip extension, okay? So once again, this is you placing your foot on a step, a box, right? Or a bench. We don't really wanna use a chair if it's gonna be something that's moving about quite a bit, okay? So once again, because we're going rep-based, we'll take 10 of those weightless Bulgarian split squats on one leg before performing them on the other. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna begin with our hip hinge. Let's grab our medium weights. We're gonna bring them right to the front of our hip crease. Tighten up our core. Put that micro bend in the knees. And look at, we just passed our 30-second window, so we're just gonna hang out for a second here. Wait till my clock is in alignment with where I'm at. And get my hair out of my face. All right. Shoulders back and down, feet parallel. Let's go ahead in 3, 2, 1, hinge and extend. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring those weights up to your shoulders. Push, press. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Set those weights down out of your space. We're gonna put our top of our foot onto our surface, hop our other foot out about 2 feet, and we're gonna dip down, push tall. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch the foot on top, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Beautiful. All right, we're back to our first exercise. Grab your dumbbell set. We're taking our hip hinge, feet parallel. Take it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Weights up to shoulders. Push, press. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release those weights down, get them out of your space, and we'll hook our foot on our step or box. And here we go, down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Second side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release. Grab your weights again. Hip hinge. Feet parallel. Down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights up to shoulders and push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Gorgeous. Back to our step or box. Foot up. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Gorgeous. All right, we've got 1 minute to go. Let's come back to our hip hinge. Down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Weights to shoulders. This is our last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release your weights down. Beautiful work. Grab a sip of water. We're going to move right into our cool down here in a second. Great job. All right, our first cool down, we're going to stay standing. We're going to start just with our shoulder shrug circles. So we're going to elevate and then press the shoulders down and back. There's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next, rest your fingertips on your shoulders. Make little chicken wings out of your arms. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then extend your arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Next, we're going to take a seat on our mat. I'm going to tilt down just a bit so you can see me better. We're going to have our seat. Extend our legs out in front. Sit up tall through the spine. You can keep a soft bend in your knees. And then we're going to slide our hands down our legs. Maybe you stop here at your shins, feeling that great stretch in the hamstrings. Maybe it feels accessible to grab your toes. Wherever you are, drop your chin down to your chest. Take about 5 deep breaths. And then come up tall in the spine. We're going to flip around. I'm going to show you 2 versions of a hip flexor and quad stretch. So we can start kind of beachy. This is version 1, catching our heel behind our hip and pushing our hip forward as we pull our hip back. If you need a little bit more, come down to face prone or face down to your mat, and then we're going to catch that heel behind you, and then we're going to tighten up the glutes to drive the hips into the floor, lengthening that muscle a little bit more. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. If you like that sideline variation, go ahead and take the second side. If you like this, go ahead and stay here on your tummy with me. Press the glutes down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the stretch. And last but not least, we're going to roll onto our back. Give our knees a hug into our chest. Take our arms out to a goalpost or a T, and we'll drop into spinal twist, taking the knees both to one side. Pause here, 3 deep breath cycles. And then move back up through the midline. Take your knees over to the other side. Also 3 deep breaths. Come back up through the middle. Give those knees a hug. And then let's press ourselves up to our seated or standing position. Great work today. I hope that felt really good in your body. As always, if some questions came up for you about how to make this more applicable to you and your body, even questions about like, am I using the right step, or is that the right position for me for the Bulgarian split squat? Go ahead and shoot me those emails. I love to read them. Diana@bridgefitnesstraining.com. Go out and have yourself a great day, and I will catch up with you very soon at our next live or archived class. Take care. Bye-bye.